Hey, and welcome everybody. Come on in and have a seat at the bar. I'm your photo happy hour bartender, podcaster. Yeah, you see how this is going to go already. I'm Michael Mowbray. Who cares? And I'm serving up hard liquor for guys who don't want a lot of chit chat. Joining me behind the bar are Dan Freevault and Carl Kaler. Hey, what up?
What up, guys?
Jeez.
As you can tell, the tone of this podcast is going to be, we kind of don't give a shit tonight.
That and we're tired. It's middle of summer.
And we're tired. So
it's been a long week today.
Come on in and commiserate with us. So I'm having a finger and a half, 2 fingers of Balvenie Doublewood 12-year, which I believe is the Scotch of choice of Aaron Rodgers, that traitor bastard.
Anyway, I mean, with that shirt you got on, I thought maybe you were mixing up martinis or something.
I know.
You know, I did mix up.
Gin and tonics.
Carl's going to make a face at this, but this is Saturday night. I did mix up some chocolate martinis that were pretty good.
Ew.
Well, it's Bailey's.
Oh.
And it's vodka.
Okay.
And then it's what is it?
Godiva?
Chocolate. Godiva chocolate.
Godiva chocolate liqueur. Yeah.
Chocolate liquor, and then some Hershey's inside the glass. You basically shake it up in a tumbler. Yep. Which somebody had turned our ice maker off in our fridge, and we didn't have any ice.
Oh no.
I had a ball of ice.
Ah.
So put a ball of ice in a tumbler. It was like clunk, 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 clunk.
Oh, I thought maybe you crushed it.
Oh, no. I was like, yeah, we'll just work with this. So it was fine. It worked.
Just like the cat in the dryer. Or maybe that's just in our household.
I don't know. That's how we always dried our cats. Had to
Well, he got in there one
time.
morning and didn't realize he was there and came out all nice and fluffy. I'll say that.
That's right. Well, you have
A little
to throw
dizzy too, but
you have to throw a dryer sheet in there, otherwise they stick to everything.
Yeah.
static. Cats hate static.
And we just lost all the pet photographers.
No.
Your mint's coming in really quite nicely there, Dan.
Yes.
And so is your beard.
Yeah, I need to shave. You know, the mint is growing out of control. So, yeah, I'm looking to unload it. I have it packaged in baggies, and I'm going door to door. So it looks so suspicious, but yeah.
Go down Mason Street and.
I should set up instead of a lemonade stand, a mint stand. Get your mint.
I saw in Wisconsin, because we're in Wisconsin. Carl's in Michigan, almost in Wisconsin, but I saw where our governor last year legalized lemonade stands. So, what is a mojito but a cousin of lemonade?
Absolutely.
Without the lemon and the aid? You have your own mojito stand in the front yard.
Time out a minute. Lemonade stands weren't legal already?
No, I guess somebody had some Karen somewhere. Sorry, Karen, if anybody Karen named Karen is listening. Had complained about them not being sanitary. It's like, okay, some kids selling lemonade in their yard, then don't buy it, right? Okay. So he officially legalized it. So there you go.
Yeah.
That was on the news.
So we went out a couple weeks ago, and I was gonna bring a little baggie of mint to the bar we were going to, because a lot of times I'll go, hey, do you have mojitos in there? Like, oh no, we don't have any mint. No, we don't have any mint. I'm like, dang it, I'm just gonna start bringing my own mint.
My own.
And of course I got busy and I forgot. So we get to the bar and I'm like, no, we don't have any mint. I'm like, dang it, I knew I should have brought some. And the lady's like, well, you can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean? That goes against the health code standards. I'm like, I'm putting it in my own drink. It's not like, what?
That's right.
Exactly.
Does that mean I can't stir my drink with my finger either? I was like, oh.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I'm going to slip myself a Mickey because I'm hoping to get lucky with myself later on.
Oh gosh, this show is just not.
So
Yeah, we
Dan
probably needed an official topic.
This is
Dan
what
said
happens when you
mojitos.
don't have a topic.
Exactly.
And you're tired.
Actually, Michael, I'll tell you what. Why don't you tell everybody what this is all about? What do we tell them about the show?
Well, we kind of kicked around a few topics, and we didn't really like any of them. And we're just all sitting here, and we're all like super tired because it's been a long week already, as Carl said, and it's Monday.
It's Monday.
So we're just talking.
No. But that's not what I meant. I meant for those who've never heard this before. What is this a podcast about?
Oh hell, they tuned out a long time ago. Are you kidding me? So if you stuck it out this far, what this podcast is about, we are 3 professional photographers who have been around for a while, and we like to get together, have a few drinks, and then we talk about photography. And the more we drink, the more we know. And believe it or not, we really haven't had that much to drink yet, and we know jack squat.
And I'm not drinking tonight. I'm just.
And you're not drinking; you're just having beer.
Just having beer.
Maybe, maybe we shouldn't record these on Mondays. Maybe that's part of the issue.
Could be a good.
I don't think it would matter this week.
It's the only day we could do it this week, so.
I know I'm crazy busy this week, and so let's talk about that. Maybe let's talk about something good that is happening.
Yeah.
Right.
People
are out buying
lives.
photography.
Yes.
Yeah. We're busy.
Yes. We're busy. Well, with the good, I'll say the bad, and don't come down on me for this, but it's a lot harder to schedule people this year as compared to last year.
Oh, gosh, yes.
I'm not saying I want to go back to last year.
No.
At all. But we were pretty spoiled last year as far as, there was nothing else going on. There was no football practice. There was there was nothing. And even when school started, it was virtual. So they're like, hey, yeah, I could come in for a session at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm done at noon, So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Now we're working around soccer camp and jobs and everything
Vacations.
else.
Vacations.
Jobs.
Way more vacations this year.
With everyone being, it's pent up and not being able to go anywhere. Now people are, going places and they're busy. So I guess that's not real positive. I wanted to say something positive, but I had 2 really great orders. My first 2 orders were great.
We saw them.
They're almost identical because you shared them with us. It's like,
So that's
fantastic.
That's encouraging.
You broke the $100 barrier on both.
Yeah. They paid in all nickels too, so that's nice.
It's good to use them for strengthening.
Yes, yeah. Or put them in the sock for the next person that kind of like
that's right
doesn't pay.
Smack them one.
I got a sock full of nickels for you, my friend.
Tell you what I'm talking about.
You know what's here's a positive. Here's something. One thing I've seen a huge uptick in this year, and it's right now it keeps getting bigger and bigger, is headshots. I mean, I don't know if it's because nobody got their headshots done during COVID. I mean, I did a fair amount still during COVID, but like the big companies where I would go in and photograph 20 or 50 people, those are all shut down. I'm starting to do that again.
Well, they're getting haircuts now, so.
Well, yeah, but
I was gonna say that, yeah.
One of my biggest headshot clients is GE Healthcare. I shouldn't tell people that. I'll bleep that out so that otherwise people are going, oh, we're gonna call them up and steal his headshot business. Good luck. I've been there for almost 20 years. But they started doing international training again. So I just this last week I was in their training center photographing people from all over the country, and actually next week I'm going to be back there and it's people from all over the world. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're like doing like serious. This is funny. I sent you guys a message about this. So GE Healthcare company, right?
Yeah.
Super serious about their COVID protocols. I mean, I had to walk. You had like this maze you had to walk through, and you had to answer questions at a certain place, or somebody came out and threw you out, and it was weird. Took your temperature, had all these different pens. When you got done with the pen, you had to put it in a certain thing. They gave you a wristband to tell you were all okay. I was photographing actually in the back of this big conference room where they're doing this training. So I set up in there, and everybody's 6 feet apart at these tables. They all got the masks on. Even the people presenting have masks on. It's like, okay, this is super serious. Came time to do the headshots at lunch break. Everybody's like, whoop, stacked up person to person in a line behind me, Tack, 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 tack. It's like, this means nothing, right? This means nothing.
Yep.
Like they're following all the protocols until lunch.
Till lunch, then it all goes out the window. Well, you can't get COVID during lunch. That's
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No. Or during your headshot, I guess. But,
No.
It's true. That's true. But yeah, like you said, I think a lot of companies or new hires, people are shifting around different jobs and that. Like I don't do that many headshots, but yeah, my accountant's like, hey, call me up 2 weeks ago or emailed me and said we have 2 new employees. I need to get them in for headshots. Like, okay. So yeah, that and a past senior is going into acting.
Yeah.
And
I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
A lot of modeling and actually a lot of actors in the last 2 months I've had come in. I photographed more actors in the last 2 months than I have in the last 2 years. I don't know where they're going to get jobs, but I don't know.
They're hopeful. Why not?
Well, everybody and their brother's making a show now. I mean, Netflix,
YouTube
we're introducing
stars?
73 new programs or series
geez.
or whatever this year. It was like, okay, Apple TV.
Yeah. I don't have time for
we had that discussion this weekend because theaters are starting to open up, but yet a lot of movies that are finally being produced and stuff are still being released, to like your Netflix, your HBO, or however, like, direct to streaming.
Amazon.
And so Stephanie and I were talking. I'm like, do you think that COVID might be kind of like the thing that kind of kills movie theaters? Kind of like Netflix killed Blockbuster and DVD rental, you know?
Right.
I know people, there's still
It's
something
still not the
about going
same.
to a theater.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to have one of the hardest times kind of recovering.
Well, it's going to get more expensive to go. Yeah, I mean, figure it. I mean, so the new Marvel movie out, Black Widow, whatever.
Right.
Did you say Marvel?
You said
Yeah.
Marvel.
Marvel. Yeah.
Marvel.
It's $30.
Is that like
to
the
stream it live.
McDowell's?
It is. McDowell's. It's different, really.
See, they have the golden arches. We have the golden
W's or M's.
W. Yeah, what was it? I don't know the quote.
I
missed
can't
it.
remember what it was.
Yeah.
The golden.
Coming to America.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Which, by the way, is coming to America too, right?
That's
Oh,
right.
it
Or is
was
it
already out.
I think it was already
out.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
I
stream it
watched
on. Yeah,
Not
whatever.
that good.
But that's just it, though. You think about that big of a movie, Black Widow. You can stream it in your home for $30. Okay,
Right.
so 4 or 5 of you watch it. It would have cost way more than that for 4 or 5 of us to go to the theater.
$70 plus drinks
Yeah.
and popcorn. Oh yeah.
Popcorn, everything else, and just not being at home.
Yeah. I was making that argument with Lisa because I can't remember what. Oh, I can't remember what streaming movie, same kind of thing. I can't remember what it was, and I was like, it was $30, and it's like, well, we're gonna spend a heck of a lot more at a theater, and we want to watch this. Let's just pay for it. $30. That's a lot. It's like it's $15 a ticket to go.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then we're getting, the $20 popcorn and the $9.95
Drink.
iced tea. So yeah,
And then you got to.
They don't even
you
sell
can't
beer
pause
there.
it because you drank too much of the iced tea, and halfway through you got to run.
Right?
Exactly.
Well, and I figured out already because I was looking at it thinking, well, we're gonna stream it outside. I wanted to make sure that the Wi-Fi handled it all the way out into the yard on our outdoor theater. So I'm gonna run it and project it and have like a drive-in.
Speaking of which, I'm going to be up in Door County this weekend, so they have the outdoor theater, and we might
That's still
actually.
open? That's cool.
Yeah, we might actually go to. Last time we were up there, they had Corella.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
Corella, that's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
I really want to see that one yet.
And we drove by, and it's like, oh man, we should have did that. We're always so busy when we
We
go
need a
up there,
convert.
though.
Well, you got the Jeep. You could go in the Jeep with the top down.
Oh,
Yeah, Jeep can't pull
Then
the
it's
camper.
then
though.
it's for real.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
drive it behind.
yeah. Hook it up behind you like everybody else does.
Or
You can do
just
that in
drive
Wisconsin.
separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I could almost fit it in the tailgate of my truck. I mean, it's not that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wow. So,
So, yeah, it'll be
what is it? What do
interesting.
you do? Okay, you go camping, okay, on the weekends and stuff. What else do we do to like even during the week to just like decompress?
De-stress? I mean, when you
De-stress.
guys can
have
have
a
drinks.
podcast.
Oh, well,
I was like,
Isn't that why we
I was
started?
just
good talk, guys. Good talk.
I was just talking to my son about this over lunch because I did a shoot all morning, new high tech company, and I had him come along and help with the gear just to get in and out of there quickly. But anyway, so I bought him like lunch breakfast. Nothing better, by the way, than breakfast for lunch.
Well, yeah, and supper.
Or
Is that like
or breakfast
brunch?
for dinner? Yeah. No. It's breakfast for lunch.
Breakfast
Anyway.
show. Okay.
So we're talking about games, and it's like, what I used to do to distress for the longest time was I would stop and I'd play a game sometimes. I'd play like some first-person shooter game on the computer, or Call of Duty, or Destiny? Not Destiny. What was that?
That's something else that you're de-stressing too.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Destiny.
Destiny.
I can't remember what the hell that. Yeah, one of those games. Something like, maybe it was called that. I don't know. I haven't done that I haven't played a game in years. It feels like.
I need to have a video game. I don't even have in the house.
I
The
can't.
kids had Wii.
I can't,
But
man.
it just
That's
pisses me off.
I get too sucked into that, and I'll never get back to work. But yeah, it's addicting.
Yeah.
But I paint. I
That's
do. I do. I paint my furniture or abstract art, and it's a nice creative outlet, but also it like breaks that monotony of things that are going on. So sometimes it's not even stress. It's like, oh, you're doing this kind of all this and this and that. And you just need a mental break.
Yeah.
So that's a nice thing, but it also like sparks my creativity at the same time, which is kind of cool.
You haven't started painting people yet, though. So
No,
like
We'll leave
actual
that there.
people.
yeah,
This is how you paint people,
No,
by the way.
no.
It's
You mean paint people or paint on people?
paint on people.
body
Oh,
painting.
no.
This
Yeah,
is what,
yeah.
this is with the roller brush. This is the little fine brush.
Fine brush. Yeah. This is
Oh,
the
we got to talk to
airbrush.
Sandra about that. We need new brushes. For what? For painting on people.
For painting on people.
Paint
That's
people.
right.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, that's somebody we should get on this podcast sometime.
Oh,
Probably,
absolutely.
she'll probably swear right along with us.
She'll pour
that
some
would be good.
whiskey and
That'd be
we'll
good.
have a good chat.
Well,
Yeah.
she drinks
I'll send her
tequila.
down a bottle
right?
of tequila.
Tequila.
She drinks
Tequila.
both, but
She
yeah,
drinks
tequila
both.
is like her drink of choice.
Yeah.
Talking
Oh,
about
and my-
Sandra Shaw Pierce, by the way.
My other new thing for de-stressing, it's my watch that keeps reminding me to get up and move or to breathe.
Get up and do something. Because you couldn't keep this one, right?
Like did I
like-
did I stop breathing? What?
Just say,
It
get up,
says
fat
breathe.
ass, is what it says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what mine says. Get up, fat ass.
See,
yeah.
mine, you should have kept the one that you got before because mine tells me I can't get up for another 21 hours. It's just you overexerted.
No, that's a different thing.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
Never mind. So,
it's
but
probably
but
because
that's
your work. See,
you know-
I'm not working as hard as you, Carl. So mine keeps telling me I need to keep going.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, that's a de-stressor for me lately. We're going to be up in the mountains at the beginning of September and trying to get ready for that. So going for walks and shooting my bow. So I've been keeping my bow right down here. I step out the door and I shoot it. I have a target set up in the yard. I can shoot right from my doorway.
Wheel a
Shoot
chair
out 5,
over, if nothing else.
6 arrows, and then I'll go back to work or go get them right away. But it's just something to break up the day a little bit. Plus, I need to
Yeah.
practice anyhow. So
You gotta teach
Just-
your dog to fetch those up.
yeah, she might have a hard time getting them out of the target, but be all chewed up and along the way. But Cabela, fetch. Bring me
So
that
you-
arrow.
You got like an Apple Watch. You got a Garmin. I got a Fitbit. Just an odd thought. This is an odd thought episode. Do people leave them on for when they,
No. No.
Well, but then you're not
Don't
getting.
know.
You're not. But then you don't get credit for the.
Well, it's like
workout?
if you go
the
for a
workout.
walk and you forget your watch, you're like, shit, it didn't count. So,
Right.
I see
go
your
back.
point.
I walk back, put it on, and then go do the walk.
Yeah, I did a walk the other day, and I went for like 35 minutes, and it registered for 15. I'm like, what the hell? I got screwed.
That's right.
It's like, apparently I wasn't walking fast enough or something.
Yep.
It didn't register. I think it was because I was all over the place because I was taking Benji along, and he's like stopping and going here and going there.
Okay. So I want to know. I want to put my watch on the dog collar. Because I wonder if it would track it. Because I want to see, we can take this walk. It's just a mile walk. But the dog goes at least twice as much as what we go. Because it's zooming across and it's going behind us and it's zooming past us. And I'm like, I wonder how many miles that thing really does put on while we walk a mile. So one of these days I'm going to attach my watch to its collar and just hit navigate or track me. And just
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see what kind of speed too.
Gosh, I can't. Yeah. Oh, actually, I wonder if navigate shows speed. It probably would. I think it would.
Yeah, because it's a GPS watch, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Try that.
One thing I forgot to do. Let's just take a quick break. The Photo Happy Hour is sponsored in part by Red Curl Creative. She's regretting that decision right now. Copywriting services for photographers and wedding professionals. So let's listen to a little bit more about Red Curl Creative. And we're back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, and
Well,
remember that special offer is save $97 on the Write Better Words course using the discount code of, what was it again? Happy Hour.
Happy Hour, yeah.
So use Happy Hour
Happy
at
Hour.
redcurlcreative.com, and you can buy the Write Better Words class for $97 less.
For those of you that are part of her email list, I don't know if you guys are on it. I think you guys are. But did you get the email about her the job that she should have been fired from?
No, I might have heard the story before, but I don't think I'm on her email list.
You gotta get on. You gotta get on there. You gotta just go onto her website and like subscribe or whatever. But it was beautiful. But now she's thinking, instead of doing this course, because she said everyone that does a course ends up just saying, you know what I really want is for you just to write for me.
Right.
So she's thinking of a way, some kind of plan to make that more part of it or more the direction of it all. But she was discussing kind of the analogy of how she got onto that track by explaining one of her jobs. And I'm not going to mess it up for you, but you got to get on there and get that email because it's
Was it
just
the one
beautifully done.
where she had to write all these blog posts about mold? Was that the
I
one?
don't think so. No.
Oh,
no.
okay. There's a long story about that too. She had to write like 300. I mean, it was like god awful number, like 397 posts about mold.
Ew.
It was like,
Well, there's green mold, and then there's like puke
right.
green, and then
There's
there's
black
brown, and
mold,
there's
too.
Mauve. People don't like the word moist, but mauve really. I mean, that one mauve.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yes, mauve mold.
The color
Grayish.
of puke.
Not even a
Yuck.
good band name.
It's not. So
So what
anyhow,
else
back
is
to-
going on with you guys?
Well, I was just gonna, nothing.
No, you were going to go
I-
back to the Future?
I was gonna go back to, but no.
I actually
The Apple
am
Watch
in the-
Fitbit thing.
in
No,
between.
that's interesting. I mean, I kind of want one, but I kind of don't want to spend the money for one. So
The Apple
They're not
Watch
as
is pretty
expensive
cool.
as I thought they were. Really,
Really?
in all reality.
You-
Uh,
I mean,
of course, then I'm also the guy who dropped $1,300 on the 12, so
oh,
Jeez.
Pro Max. That's probably why I don't want an Apple Watch.
Well, it syncs well with your phone, so
It does. Yeah.
yeah. That was the
yeah,
only
it's nice. I mean,
downfall.
I have it set up, temperature, texts, my calendar, sunset time. I'm like, oh, when's the sun
Ooh.
gonna set today?
That's handy.
got
Yeah,
that on my Garmin
so-
too, Dano.
Yeah,
I like
so-
seeing. I haven't been shooting like seniors in the evening the last couple of weeks. Just studio stuff, really. Are you guys seeing good sunsets with all the
no,
wildfires?
actually. Yeah,
no
right.
trees. We don't see sunsets.
Yeah, right before we jumped on this, I was like outside because I'm like, man, we're not going to get any good sun flare for my session tomorrow because of the. Yeah, I mean, you could get a good sunset because you could just see the orange sun, but you don't get that sun glow that I like to get. So.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, the wildfires are
too
totally.
Hazy.
Hazing
it up.
Yeah, and getting darker sooner because it was. Well, we started this at 8:00, and I'm like, shoot, I'm almost out of light already.
Yeah.
At 8:00.
Thank God for more lights.
Well, good, because I've got to shoot tomorrow night, and the Bucks are playing. Hopefully the last game, because if they win, it's the last game they won. They won the championship, and my shoot's supposed to go to 8, and tip-off is at 8. So I'm kind of hoping it's like super cloudy and super hazy, and we run out of light around 7:30, so I have enough time to get home.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You just watch the last minute of a basketball game. That's really when it's decided.
Oh no, I totally agree with that. That's my feeling about regular season NBA. But watching the Bucks in the playoffs, man, whew, especially the last couple of games, they've been freaking intense. Like Final Four basketball kind of intense. So yeah, it's been actually really fun to watch.
It's kind of like baseball as well. It's a lot more action when it comes to playoffs or the series. I don't watch baseball. I used to watch them when they'd have the condensed version because then they would just show the action.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched that? They used to have
those
on
like the
late at
Brewer
night.
replay. You can watch it in half an hour.
Yeah. I'm like, this is awesome.
But that's just it. I love watching baseball at the stadium.
Live.
Being there live, watching it in the environment. Football, I'd rather watch on TV most of the time. And I don't know, it's easier to see the replays and the, you're not, even like in Lambeau, it's so fun to go to Lambeau with all your buddies, but you're like this. Yeah. I'm a small guy, and I'm still like crammed between everybody around me, and it's like, I'd rather watch it at home.
We got season tickets to the Badgers, and I found the secret to that is you get the seats towards the end of the aisle because, number one, if you want food or you got to go to the bathroom, boom, in and out, easy. Then you pay the extra for the seat cushions because that defines
gives you your space.
Your rear region is what it defines. It's like, you can't be on my cushion, man. This is my cushion. Yeah.
Then you bring your piece of cardboard to put or styrofoam to put your feet on to keep your feet warm.
Just got to wear the sorrels.
Piece of cardboard to sit on, and then the styrofoam for your boots to go on. Yeah, to be off
and
the
your
concrete.
koozie so your beer doesn't freeze.
Yes, that's very important.
That's what I like about college football is they're usually done before it gets that cold. So
yes, college is nice that way. But then sometimes you're sitting in there and it's like, sun's blazing on you. You're like, it's hot.
Oh yeah, the September games, because we have our tickets are up in the upper deck at Camp Randall, and you get burned. It's basically, it looked like you painted yourself for the game because I get burned from middle of my face all the way to the right. So that's red. This is white. There we go. Did you face paint? Nah.
Not exactly.
Got to support the team.
Organically, yes.
Speaking of which,
hey,
let's bring this all together now. So,
okay.
Sunburn, Apple Watch, tan lines. You saw my post about Apple Watch is the new hair tie because at least the hair tie you could take off. I always watch for it. Now you have this big old tan line mark from where the kids wear their
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's actually better. I went fishing with my boy yesterday, and I specifically made sure I took the watch off just to help a little bit, but it didn't help a lot.
Yeah.
But
I did like some people's. I outsource my retouching, so it's
there you go.
Let them kind of handle it. But but I did like mess around with, well, should I get some like jewelry or some cuffs? But guys have them too, so they can't have a cuff on it or whatever. But a few people, I like their responses, like just have them wear it. It's part of who they are, and it looks better than a hair tie. You know, it's obvious that it's a watch. So I think I'm just gonna have them wear it. You know,
leave it on.
I think that's a good point.
Otherwise, I've done posing where it's like, oh, okay, we need to turn you the other direction and then bring the other hand up, and you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, tan lines. I don't like retouching tan lines, but
it's a pain. I tend to use I use a spot healing brush, the one where you select a point to clone your spot healing from, and you can select darken. And just so you select from up here on the arm, and same kind of thing with like strap lines.
You know, I found a fast workaround on that, because if you use that healing brush, sometimes it'll even selecting from a different location, it'll like bleed on the ends if it's something dark or light next to that very tangent. Right. So what I've been doing, a little workaround that speeds things up. This is for all you that wanted some photographic knowledge today.
I just think we had to wait in here somewhere.
Vacancy
half an hour into
today.
Yeah.
But if you use the cloning tool on darken, and just hit the edges. Okay, so just hit the edges so you have a full border around it, even if it's a small brush. Then take your patch tool and go around that path, that groove, and then move it to the selected, and then it blends all that spot, and there it goes up. It takes a matter of a second.
That's a good tip.
So, and you don't get that bleed in tangents.
What I do is I take the lasso and feather it. Outsource it, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Feather it like 3 pixels, and then you can kind of define your shape, and then brush in that shape, so that 3 pixels kind of gives it that barrier. Similar. I have to try your method though.
Edge.
Yeah.
Soft edge.
Yeah.
I've also used sometimes it's hit or miss as content aware fill is sometimes works.
Really is kind of hit
but
and
it's
miss.
it's a crapshoot.
Oh God, totally. Do you guys get in there and they got structure and color? I'll try it and I'll go, ooh, let's pull color down. Ooh, that's worse. No, let's pull it up this way. Oh, that's worse. Okay, structure. Okay, so let's try 3 and 7. Yeah. Okay. That took 5 minutes to go back and forth on that stuff. So I'll use that for stray hairs sometimes too.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's absolutely freaking horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah. What do you guys do for stray hairs? I mean, let's say we're on this whole photography thing now. So
yeah. Depends on what color the background is compared to their hair.
Gel.
Yeah. Spit.
Yeah. Actually, there is a trick. I think Tammy Howell does it. It's you can use dryer sheets.
Yes, I do that. Unscented.
Yep.
Get the unscented dryer sheets.
Static free.
Yep. That's better in the studio because you take it outside and try it, and then it just goes again with the humidity.
Look like Jen.
Yeah. But yeah, if I've got somebody with really bad stray hairs, they just pet yourself up and down with this, and it actually gets rid of quite a bit of it. Yeah.
But,
I don't know.
But retouching wise.
Yeah, I do. I'll do the content aware, and like I was just talking about, and just pulling the color and the structure back and forth depending on where I'm taking it from. And then sometimes that leaves some lines. So then I'll switch the patch tool back to not content aware to whatever the other one's standard or whatever it's called.
Source.
I can't remember. Source or whatever, but not content aware. And just take some of those anything that's hard line I see and just select that and then drag that over and just kind of blends everything together. That seems to work fairly well. Sometimes I'll just take a clone brush at 80%, super soft, just all the way around, and then take a history brush and bring back a few hairs if it looks a little too close.
I just leave it frizzy. If they were stupid enough to come that. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I do all those things too. But that does bring up another kind of topic or thought process. Like, some people just like, especially if it's backlit, like they like that gold, and I go back and forth because sometimes I'm like, I like it, but I want to just get rid of a few of the real wild ones. And other times I get on a tangent where I'm like, no, I want it softer. So I kind of go back and forth, but yeah.
The super backlit ones, the sunflare ones, I usually leave them, except for anything that's really pulling my eye. And then I'll take a thin spot healing brush and just trace the hair.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't go through a graduated background,
right?
Because then it can mess things up. But
yep.
Look at this, you guys.
All I can see is white.
Oh, it's not going to do this. Come on.
No.
Just got the email. We had 227 downloads last week in their podcast.
That's good.
Yeah. Cool.
Considering it was Gary, I mean, come on.
Well, he only had 160.
I think the over/under on that was 72. So
he had 100. He had 125. It was the other ones that.
125 for him alone.
Yeah.
That was Gary down.
So, yeah, if you are listening to the podcast, by all means, watch it on YouTube and click that subscribe button, please.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for saying that, because we can see each other when we do these podcasts. We've always done them because we're in 3 different locations. We do them over video, and it's obviously started as an audio podcast. But recently, we record this so everybody watching this can see me waving to them right now. We started to record these and put these on YouTube. So we actually have a YouTube channel. So if you actually want to see what we look like, good luck. Check us out on YouTube. But we need some more subscribers. So just hit the subscribe button, because once we get a certain number of subscribers, we can actually rename our channel and call it the Photo Happy Hour Podcast channel versus XYG739924LBG exclamation point R.
No.
Yeah. See, that's
yeah, you messed it up. You had an O in there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's O. Is it an O or a 0? I don't know.
The G was silent though, so we don't have to worry about that.
Stanley with a C.
Hey, another good news though.
Okay, Dave, that movie.
Other good news.
Couples retreat.
I photographed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got a drink for that one.
You got a drink for that. Another good news. I photographed the football
Tips are
team.
not accepted, but smiles are welcome. Sorry, Carl. Were you
That's right. That was
Make him start
important.
again.
real information to the table?
No, it wasn't information. It was just a good news thing,
We're back on the
so
good
I got
news.
the post-COVID football up by us now. Thank gosh. They wanted to do banners again, so we got and they were smart enough to actually listen to me. And we already did the photography. I'm already almost done with or getting the composite done. I sent everything off to Rebook You today to get extractions and the zits and acne taken care of, and now you're going to start getting all the banners printed this next week. They'll have them for their Meet the Flippers night coming up here at the end of
You have dolphins there?
Season.
Meet Flipper?
What's that?
You have dolphins there? Meet Flipper?
The Flivers. See, it says
Flivers.
Kingsford Flivers right there in backwards
Flivers.
here.
Is that like is this like a really bad sliver? Like a flivver?
Well,
It's like,
actually,
that's a sliver in the
you're
foot.
You're not far off, Michael.
It's a sliver in the foot.
So, what else? When
I
you
actually
hear
know
word,
the answer, but
I
tell
know you know
everybody
the
else.
answer. But when you hear the word Kingsford, what's the next word that comes after it for most people?
Queensford.
Charcoal.
Charcoal. All right. So Kingsford was one of the areas where the Ford vehicles were made.
Mm-hmm.
And the vehicle that was made here was the Ford Flivver. It was a wood-sided, like Model A type of looking vehicle. And Henry Ford decided that instead of wasting the extra wood and everything, they're going to make charcoal out of it.
Because he was a cheap SOB.
He was a cheap SOB. But an interesting character to say the least. Not always as well. Anyhow, but so yeah, the Kingsford Flivvers, the Kingsford High School has the flivver as their mascot logo, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. So when people ask, well, what's a flivver? It's the most boring. You can't. I mean, it's a car. So I mean, how
It's an
how
old
tough?
car.
I mean, you got the Cougars and the Panthers and the Eskimos up here and all these people, and we're like, yeah, we're the cars.
I think the top end speed on a flivver was 27 miles per hour too. So.
If you're going downhill with the wind, yeah. That being said, my grandfather said that you could, if you put it in reverse, you could go damn near anywhere with it because the gear was so low that you could, because they used to.
They were two speed, I think, is what they were.
Yeah, but reverse it was a really, really, really low gear, so they could. He said it was if you couldn't get up the hill with your moonshine forward, you put it in reverse. Long story, but
So tying into all of that, this is if you guys have the History Channel, this is actually a really good series. Is the Cars That Made
Cars
America?
That Built America. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because I watched some of that over the weekend, and they had a lot of the stuff we were just talking about. And then when the Dodge brothers left Ford, because Henry Ford was taking all the credit, and the Dodge brothers actually designed the Model T, so they were like the big designers for Ford. So they left and started Dodge Motor Company, and they came out with the Dodge 300 or whatever the hell it was called, but it had a lot higher horsepower engine in it, and that gave rise to gangsters and moonshining because it was a car that could outrun everything else. So that's what all the gangsters drove were these Dodges. Yeah.
And that's how NASCAR was invented.
And that's how NASCAR started. Yeah. So all that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah,
world.
those are great shows. We talked about them a little bit here, just like the marketing things that they did, like the Wrigley spearmint gum, and it's in similarity like the Chrysler Building and all that, like how the Empire State Building, how these moguls, these rich millionaires were trying to outdo each other with like taller buildings. And it's similar to what's going on right now with the great space race. Like you have, Bezos and everyone trying, Elon Musk all trying to get to the moon or get space.
It's a rocket measuring contest is what it is.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same as the building thing. But
pretty much. Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting. Which by the way, it's also, I think it was the Chrysler Building, and they hired this female photographer because she took these cool angles and everything to help do the marketing stuff. And there's a picture of her. It's kind of like an iconic photo. She's like in a skirt, heels, and everything, and she's like crawled out on the ledge, no safety stuff, and she's got the camera, and she's doing the photos for it. It's freaking cool.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
I think I've seen it too.
Yeah.
Bezos is going up tomorrow morning, I guess.
Is that?
Yeah.
See, I didn't even realize, I knew all about Musk and everything, and all of a sudden, last week or whatever, saw the Virgin guy,
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know he was building
make it
something.
To space. Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, that wasn't space. I'm an astronaut. All right, I can't do it in his Aussie accent or whatever. It's like, no, you're not.
Not really. I was wondering that. Same thing a few years ago when that guy parachuted.
The Red Bull
Oh yeah, that was wild.
skydiving
That was
guy.
so cool.
Yeah, that was very cool.
And he was like, it showed him, and all of a sudden he's like, he looks like he's in space.
Yeah.
He jumps out of the pod and is just falling.
But
And
if
he
he was
started
actually in
spinning.
space, he wouldn't fall to Earth.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Right.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm wanting. I have to look that up now. Who was higher in the atmosphere?
that's a good question. But I mean, because that thought came across my mind. I'm like, you need to project yourself. You need some kind of force to get you back in the atmosphere to fall with the gravity from Earth, right?
Right.
So to just launch yourself or to let yourself go off that structure, if you fall to Earth, you're still in the atmosphere.
You're still in the atmosphere. Otherwise, you'd be skipping off the stratosphere or ionosphere.
Right.
I can't remember which one it is.
And he wasn't weightless, but
But But that's a
Virgin.
long
Pretty high
way.
up.
Virgin guy.
Dang.
Who's Bronson? What's his name?
What is Branson? Is that Richard Branson?
Richard Branson, yeah.
Yeah.
He was actually, they were like zero gravity, so I'm sure he was, obviously had to be higher now that I say that out loud.
Nope.
Speaking of which, have you heard do you know the story of him creating Virgin Airline?
And here's Dan
I've heard it, but I can't remember what it
story.
is. That's right. And now the rest of the story.
Oh shoot! And I don't really know it. I just led up to a
No,
cool segue.
yeah,
that I don't-
you tease, and then you
Now I gotta
got
know.
nothing. You come through with nothing.
Nothing.
It was
Nothing.
something along the line of picking up girls.
Oh, well.
Really?
Yeah,
Dan.
yeah.
I can't remember what business of his started first. Was it Virgin Records? Was it Virgin Airlines? Was it?
I believe it was the airlines because I think he invented it so he could pick up chicks.
No.
And that's why it's called Virgin Airlines, I think.
No.
That's where the name came from.
You think he'd be forced to change it at some point, but maybe not. Maybe that's why he's still trying to, get into space to impress girls.
I think so. So
Did you see my rocket? Anyway, that's as far as we're gonna go. Carl had left. He's usually
I'm
embarrassed.
here.
He's usually embarrassed by what I say. So anyway. Hey, we made it to 46 minutes without really talking about anything. Yay!
Hey, we did a good
I don't
job
think
of
anyone
talking
else
about
made it this far with
I
us,
know.
but
But I'm having
Probably
fun.
not.
So watch, we'll find out. This is like the most popular podcast we've ever had.
So what did you
So we'll
learn
have to
tonight?
do this every week.
we'll give him one more Photoshop tip. Just to
How about I got a lighting tip for people. Here you go.
oh, there we go.
I personally have committed to changing my headshot lighting. I mean, I've done this newer type of, but it's not new, new for me. I've classically done, light left to right for your main light source to create dimension, a little bit of fill, whether it's fill light or a reflector or whatever. And I've pretty much given myself over to clamshell because everybody likes it and they rave about it and they pay for it.
Something different for them.
Right.
When you were mentioning that today, though, Michael, you said 3-point clamshell. Are you doing accent, and then clamshell?
Yes.
What did you mean? Okay, that's what you meant by
Yeah,
that?
I'm doing three.
That's what it looked
Basically,
like.
3-point. It's almost like Sturdivant's 3-point lighting kind of thing he does for athletes too. But I'm just scaling back the contrast of it for in the drama of it for more headshots. So we're bringing the light down a little lower, doing classic butterfly with an under reflector, and just making sure that we're not getting too much of a nose shadow, and double accent lights. I'm using the 8300 Pro for my main, nice and small but powerful, fairly fast recycle time. 8200 Pros for my kickers, then I'm using the Godox 8100 Pro if I need a background light. I'm using that because it's got the round head and I can get a nice circle of light on the background. So if I'm not using
soda can.
Yeah, it's the size of a soda can. So if I was using Savage Studio Gray background paper today, I just had a small roll that I took on location and set that up and looked great. Otherwise, if I've got a painted background that's kind of got the painted hot spot in it, I might take that 8100 Pro up over top and bring a hair light over top. But the way I'm doing the accent lights, I'm getting those strip boxes up a little higher, and I'm getting really nice accents coming down the hair and even on the shoulders too. So kind of don't need a hair light with something like that.
So in relationship to the subject and the camera, are the strip lights even with the subject or behind them?
Oh, behind them about 45.
Okay.
Yeah, 45-ish.
Ish.
Depends on
Rule
how
of thumb.
strong I want that light to come. But yeah, it looked great today, I thought.
Yeah, it looks
So-
really good.
That's how I've been doing my headshots forever because I'm too lazy to move my lights. So from all my montage and sports stuff, I'm like, the only thing different is I bring in the highlighter, which I do with the close-up sports stuff too. But like you said, just dial down the light so it's not as edgy
Punchy.
of kickers on them. But yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
and it's I mean, it's not going to win any awards. It's not going to impress any other photographers. But when it does, is people, everybody loves the headshots. I mean, I literally have them say, "Oh, I love these, but of all of them, this one, number 4372 is my favorite." Great.
They always pick that one, 4372. Huh.
Usually, yeah.
I gotta raise the count on my images then.
Yeah. Yeah, I
gotta
always
stop
shoot
starting
about
at 0. How many do you shoot in a session?
about 4,500. About
Oh my
45.
God.
No,
There's got to be one in here that works.
I did this. What I did this morning was a headshot session for the two founders of a high-tech company that got $40 million in funding. Yeah.
That's a nice grant to get. Yeah.
Yeah. So I venture capital, but they're announcing this on. I can't say the name of this company because I don't want to. Well, by the time the podcast
Holy
comes out,
Pants
it'll
and
be in the news.
Shoes.
Yeah, they're coming out soon. We'll just say
Coming out soon. So yeah, it's a pretty exciting company, but they needed headshots for the press release. So they contacted me on Friday, set up for first thing this morning, photographed them in their offices, some individual headshots of the two of them, and then them together, and then the two of them in their office space, like in their conference room. And took me about an hour and a half maybe for all of it, and sent them a gallery of like 100 images to choose from. Like an hour later, they had their selections to me, saying they love everything, but of these things, these are the 4 we like. And I'm going to retouch them tomorrow and have them in time for their press release on Wednesday. So it'll be awesome. This is cool. As of right now, it's about $1,000 for
nice
hour and a half on location, plus a little bit of retouching. So I'll take that.
So by the hour, not bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the reasons why I do headshots, folks. If you have not looked into the money you can make per hour doing headshots, look into it.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice,
Good
nice
gig.
dollar per hour.
Especially if you get
amount.
some of these companies. Well, and these guys are going to be hiring a ton of people because they got this big cash influx, and they already told me, "Oh, we're going to send everybody out to your studio, so I don't have to go on location. We're going to send everybody out to your studio that we hire, and you're going to do all of our headshots." I'm like, score.
Bring them on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it.
All right. So it's
There
been
you
a
go.
long week today, and
I think
let's be
that's a
done.
good way
I'm
to
too
end.
tired.
I think it is. I actually do have a cocktail of the week.
Ooh. Okay, wait.
cocktail-
We can wait for that.
Okay, the cocktail of the week is a strawberry Moscow Mule. So there
Ooh.
you go.
I'll do that.
So here's what you
Moscow
need. You need 2 ounces of vodka.
Yeah.
Adjust the taste. So 2 shots of vodka. You guys know what I'm talking about, yes. If you don't know what I'm talking about with 2 shots of vodka, do a search on YouTube for 2 shots of vodka, and it's entertaining. A half ounce of fresh lime juice, 4 ounces of ginger beer. Use fresh squeezed gingers. Excuse me.
Would it feel like Marianne? Never mind.
One
Right, exactly.
one sneeze.
One sneeze. That's for flavor.
That
And,
was in the part of it, right?
2 ounces of strawberry simple syrup. I'm not going to go through how to make the simple syrup. I will put the recipe for that in our Facebook group, which is the Photo Happy Hour podcast group. So if you want to see this actual recipe, go there. Or I'll also put it on the website for the podcast where you can watch where you can listen to episodes. So I'll have the recipe on there too. So you want to serve it along with fresh mint leaves and a lime wedge or 2. And let's see, fill the shaker with ice, add all the ingredients, shake it well, serve it in a copper mug filled with ice, add in a lime wedge and a fresh sprig of mint you can get from Dan's yard.
I was just gonna say, where can we get the mint?
That the only really difference between this and a regular Moscow Mule is that strawberry simple syrup. Simple syrup. Yeah.
Well, I make
Which
something
sounds
similar.
good.
I make the blueberry simple syrup with
That's
fresh
what I was gonna
blueberries.
ask.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
those
you
don't
are
make a
actually
simple
in
syrup?
season now. Yeah.
Yeah. Another alternative, great alternative to the regular vodka is the red, white, and blue vodka. So there's my
Or
take on that.
Smirnoff. Yeah, Smirnoff makes blueberry vodka, cucumber vodka. And I know
Yeah.
it sounds weird, but cucumber vodka in a Moscow Mule in the summer is like a really refreshing.
It is
drink,
refreshing. Yep. It does sound weird, but
But
is.
your blueberry thing though, Dan, do you make a simple syrup blueberry for that?
Yep.
For your Moscow Mules?
Oh yeah.
We got to talk because
That sounds good.
It's wild blueberry
simple.
season up here in another week. It's simple. I see what
Well,
you did there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, here's the trick with that too: is you don't use good blueberries. You can just eat those. Get
Right.
just like a bag of
Yeah.
frozen ones. It's
Okay.
pretty. It's just as good. You just have to strain it out. If you use fresh blueberries, what's nice is when you strain it out, you keep the blueberry mash and you put that on top of your ice cream with your mint. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But
That sounds good too.
the frozen ones, it's just a bunch of seeds and mush. It's the byproduct isn't
You
as
don't
good.
keep it.
Yeah. So those are my tips from bartender Dan.
There you go.
Dan's drink tips brought to you by Red Curl Creative, copywriting services for photographers and wedding professionals. Learn more at redcurlcreative.com.
Waiting
right,
for
thanks.
drunk people for centuries now.
Thanks for listening, everybody. If you have not done so already, please hit subscribe and check out the YouTube version of this and subscribe there as well. Thanks for putting up with us. So hopefully you had some fun. We had some fun. That's all we care about.
If you have a topic in mind, let us know.
Please,
Sometimes we're
give us
scratching the bottom of the barrel. All right. So until next time, guys. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Subscribe now or I'll send you a gift. I'll give you a hint. It's in my diaper and it's not a toaster. I'd like to stay and chat, but Lois has pudding, and I need to go make more gifts for non-subscribers.